Hello, everyone. I'm here to share some messages from my oracle, some oracle messages. So, if you are here, this might be for you. However, if it does not fit, do not force it. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, okay, okay. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so starting off, we have the release card. All right, there is something that needs to be released at this time. What came out with this was storage. There's something about, um, there's some sort of like memory or experience or aspect of the self that you are needing to preserve at this time, okay? While there is something else that you are needing to release. And this has to do with lore, okay? This has to do, in particular, I really feel as though this has to do with certain program beliefs or indoctrinations from your childhood. I believe that this is things that you were raised upon, raised with, viewpoints or behaviors or opinions, okay, or your story. I really think that your story as it has been up until this point is something that spirit is kind of pushing you to release. Whatever transition, transformation that you are going through at this time is incredibly immense in size. Okay, this is a transformation where you are letting go of who you used to be. This is a release of the old self, of all of the old programming. And this is something that you are still moving through, okay? There is stories that there is at least one here, story that you have been telling yourself for a long time, what, like your whole life or since a certain age. But there is a story you've been telling yourself for a long time that no longer resonates with you, that is not supposed to go with you into your future, okay? Yes, it's what makes your story to this point make sense. You're not letting it go. Like, you're not forgetting about what has happened to you up until this point or the story that you identified with up until this point. You're not forgetting about it, wiping it completely away. It's like it never happened. But you are just integrating the lesson from whatever this story may have been. And you're changing the story. You're rewriting the story. There's a new story that wants to come into fruition. There's a new story you're stepping into. Okay, and it's not that wants to come into fruition. It's a new story that's already started. Okay, it's just like you're having a really hard time closing that book all the way, as if like more pages are gonna pop up or something. It's a new story. Okay. You can still remember it because it is what makes your life now, who you are now, makes sense, but no longer identifying with it. This reputation that you may have held in the past, it's letting go of the old self. It's letting go of the way you used to act, the way you used to see, the way you used to feel, all of it. Okay? Release. There's something that has made you hardened. Okay? It says, get outside the fucking house. Hardened. This is about being inside of a box. This is self-limiting beliefs, okay? These are beliefs that, this is a box, beliefs, a cast over your true light, yes, this was built out of survival mechanisms, okay? This was built to protect you. So this could have been something from your childhood or from your adulthood, whatever. But this was something that you built up in order to defend yourself, in order to not be affected by external things as much, in order to survive great hardships that you may have experienced. Okay? Whatever this story was. But now it's like you've outgrown this box. You've outgrown, it's like, and we have understanding on the back. You've outgrown this story. You understand now, I guess the basis of this story, where this story came from, where this lore came from, where these beliefs, these traditions, this programming, you understand where these things are stemming from, why they had to be the role that they played. And now that you have this understanding, Spirit's telling you it's time to break out of your box. It's time to get outside the fucking house. For some of you, this could be reconnecting with nature. Okay, you're disconnected in some way from your true identity, or you were, and now you are like recalibrating. Okay, yeah, there's just, you're in this process of releasing, or you are being reminded that you still need to release some old programmed beliefs, old stories that you told yourself and that you identified with, okay? Under lore, we have expansion. So these stories that you told yourself was something about how far you can expand, how far you can grow. And I'm feeling that this is something to do with abundance mindset and not just materially, okay? I did have broke at some point under the card, so it can mean with money as well, your relationship to money, what you think about money, how you view your connection to money and what you can do with money and how money can serve you. Okay, there's something to do with the things that you tell yourself about money. Okay, but it's more than that. It's more than that. Okay, this is how much you can grow as a person. This is how much you can expand your mind. How much you can learn. This is about how far you go. This is about what kinds of people you meet, okay? There was like something very limiting from your upbringing, from your family, quite possibly, that told you that you couldn't experience a certain amount, you couldn't achieve a certain amount, you couldn't go certain places. It was like this fear. It was like a control mechanism through fear tactics. Okay, that whether that was through your family, through your society, through your community, through your job, etc., wherever it may have come from, society at large. Okay, there's this influence of this fear-based mindset that you cannot reach further, that you cannot attain what it is you want to attain, that you cannot reach those heights because they're too far. The dreams card had popped up as well. Release lore, and then dreams was right after that. Release the old stories, the things that you used to tell yourself that you have been told by others about who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, what you can and can't achieve. Release these things so that you can go after your dreams, so that you can expand into what you truly desire to experience. Okay, we have grasping to clarify further with the expansion, with lore. Grasping, this is, overcompensating for that which you wish to have. It's like I don't know if this is you or this is what you used to be like or if this is other people. Take it as it resonates, please, okay? But it's like there was this box that you were in, or someone, I'll say someone, okay? Whether this be you now, you past, other people now, other people past. Take it as it resonates, please. There's a person or people that were very much stuck inside of a box, or are very much stuck inside of a box because they believe that they cannot achieve what it is that they desire. They believe that they will not be able to accomplish what it is they've set out for. They believe that there's not enough to go around. There's not enough for them. There's, that they have to stay stuck in one put, or that something isn't meant for them even if they want it. Okay? And it's self-limiting. It's keeping the self in a box. It's this dome of societal expectation and societal opinion and status quo that is stuck over somebody. Okay, causing someone to overcompensate in the areas where they feel that they lack. They might, put too much attention into other things, into other people, into food, into experiences that don't truly satisfy or fulfill them, into jobs, etc., that don't truly satisfy and fulfill them. These are people or person that really desires what other people have, that wish to reach out for what others, they desire to possess something that someone else has. It's like they see you, or, if this is you see them as they have what it is that you want, and that you cannot achieve or accomplish what it is that you desire because of the way you were raised, because of the background you came from, because of what you've been through, because of your reputation, etc., because of some sort of story that you tell yourself or that you allow the world to tell you. Again, whether this be you or another. All right, it's like, it's this misunderstanding. It's someone, and there is understanding here. So at some point there was this misunderstanding of what abundance was, about what success was, about, the ability to achieve your dreams, how accessible what it is that you want is. Okay, and it makes you feel, because you're not going after, or they're not going after what it is they truly want. it creates this space of never being satisfied, never fully feeling complete or fulfilled in what they have, because they're not going after what it is that they truly desire in life, because they are stuck telling themselves these old stories about how they have to protect themselves, how they have to protect themselves, how they have to survive, not thrive. We don't get to live because we're too busy working our 9 to 5. We can't go on vacation because we're too busy working at this goal to reach a certain amount of money or status or appearance. And it closes you in, and it makes you close-minded. And it closes you off to opportunities, potential possibilities that are limitless outside of you. It closes you off from connections. It closes you off from the self. And that is what, if you have gone through this is what you are releasing. Is this need to run the rat race? Is this need to put so much on yourself for the things that you don't even desire? Working, living for someone else. This is what you are letting go of. You're no longer desperate for what someone else has. You now know you can go after what you want. Or even if you weren't desperate for what someone else had, okay, sorry, I don't want to offend anybody that doesn't, take what resonates, please. You're no longer looking at what someone else has and thinking that you can't do the same. You can do the same. You have the power. You have the expression. You have the creativity, whoever you are, to be able to achieve whatever it is. It's just that you are holding yourself back with these limiting stories, these limiting beliefs. You can reach further. Okay? And in this grasping card, will result to unlikely means of preservation or rescue from harm, ruin, retribution, or loss. It's as though you feel like you are going to lose something before you even get it. That's what I'm getting here with this lore card, the expansion card, the hardened. You get outside the fucking house. It's giving a Four of Pentacles energy where you feel like you have to really constrict everything because for fear of losing it, for fear that it's going to slip out from under you or it's going to be pulled from your hands. And if it is to even do that, then it wasn't meant for you, or it's not meant for you at that time, or it's not aligned with your highest good. So if it goes away, it's not meant to be anyways. There's this grasping, this holding on, in order to avoid some sort of unwelcomed outcome. And this is what you've hardened to. Whatever outcome it is that you don't, whether it's being alone or feeling like a failure or, not achieving, not getting into the career you wanted, not achieving the money goal, whatever it might be, right? This story you're holding on to is related to this protection and this fear of losing, this fear of damage, of destruction, this fear of being hurt, of pain, this fear of being punished if you don't achieve a certain amount. And this is what you are or have or will be shifting out of, depending where you are on your journey. Okay, we have understanding, we have self-care, and we have assume. Do not assume what it is that you can and cannot achieve. All right? And the Hierophant underneath, because of the traditions, the religious beliefs, whatever it might be, you're holding yourself back, or you were holding yourself back because you were protecting yourself from, with the Hierophant card, from sin, from a destruction of tradition, from being rebellious or being different or being, outside of the box. There's this fear of being judged for being outside of the box, for reaching further than others have reached, whether in knowledge, in distance, in finance, in material, in emotion, in spiritual, whatever it might be. You are not allowing yourself to build the foundation or build the security, the level of fulfillment that you desire because of some sort of old stories that you were programmed with. So you assume failure before you even begin. There's a need to care for the self at this time, to understand the self, You've come into this understanding that putting yourself first, caring for yourself first, understanding the self first is what is most important. Put it down, gluttonous. That goes with the grasping card, because grasping can be somebody that is greedy, someone that has an excessive desire for wealth or position, getting a hold of something. You finally wrapped your head around the fact that you don't have to be desperate, that there is plenty out there for you. There are ways to go beyond your current self, beyond your current perspective, your current boundaries. There's a way to get past it. You are putting so much energy into things that you do not desire, and it's causing some sort of built-up resentment, or it could. That's a warning, okay? I feel as though most of you have learned, you now understand that caring for the self, grasping. You're understanding that caring for the self is how you expand. Putting yourself first is how you expand. Putting your cares, your desires, your hopes, your dreams, how you want to be, what you want to be, how you want to live, where you want to go, etc. That putting that first is what causes expansion. And it's to release whatever opinions others may have when it comes to reputation, whatever it is that you may have experienced in the past, whoever you may have been in the past. There's this opportunity for you to release that. Because as you release the reputation you once had, the stories that make you make sense in your own mind, once you release these things, you're going to understand that you were protecting yourself from expansion. You were stopping yourself from expansion. You were defending yourself from what lies outside of what you've always known. Okay? Spirit wants you to expand past your old limiting beliefs, your old limiting boundaries, your old limiting habits. Spirit wants you to make yourself even bigger, to grow past what you thought you could not grow past, to do what you feel as though you're not allowed to do, or what some others may have naysays about. You need to give love to yourself. There's a need to give the love that you desire to yourself instead of giving it outwardly constantly. Yes, love and compassion is necessary to form connections and to grow as a person. You need to connect. You need to be open to others. Sorry, I'm organizing these cards here. They're all over the place. They're all upside down and stuff. It's part of being a good person. But putting other people's success, other people's desires, other people's wishes and fulfillment ahead of yours, you're always going to feel hardened. You're always going to feel cold. You're always going to feel like there's not enough for me, because you're not giving it to you. You're giving it to everyone else. Collective, there's a need to, or you've learned that there's a need to put yourself first in order to ensure your success and in order to assure that you can help others. Once we help ourselves, that is when we can help others help themselves. Okay, Spirit, what do we have to close out this message for the collective today? There we go. We have 40. If this is the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, I'm gonna flip, because I had this glimmer earlier of the solar plexus energy, this light yellow-orange energy, very serene, very hopeful, very complete and connected to the all. It's the sacral chakra. Okay, so this is something to do with the way that, with your passions. This is something to do with what you're allowed to create in your own life. Expansion, Jupiter energy, okay? What you're allowed to learn, where you're allowed to travel, how far you're allowed to go. And this is spiritually, not just physically, okay? Emotions, delusion, creativity, strain, filter, extraordinary effort, and passion, okay? Emotions and sexual energy are our biggest teachers. Learning the subtlety of their power and using it in love and wisdom is the flow of your current situation. Wisdom. And I do believe that's what's coming from releasing this lore. Okay, this story that has hardened you and kept you inside of this limiting box. Okay. Any intense energy we experience, such as love, anger, or grief, is the carrier of a new message from your spirit to your body. Recognize that what might appear to be negative is really a positive message in its most obscure form. Because if you have not achieved it yet, what changes are on the horizon for you to get there? You know what? It's enjoying the process, enjoying the changes, enjoying the manifestations, enjoying the hard work. Taking upset out of that. All right, that's how you achieve what you'd like to, is putting in that hard, dedicated work. You know, it's not always the most favorable. Sometimes it's tiring. Sometimes it's uncomfortable or stressful or painful, but that is a part of life, and it's a beautiful part of life, and how we create what it is that we would like to create for ourselves, okay? Recognize that when you focus on the message, the lighter the experience becomes. This is your opportunity to challenge the meaning of the things you feel. If you feel sad, does it mean something bad is happening? Not necessarily. When we express emotion, it changes the brain. It clears the way for new energy and a deeper understanding to enter. A deeper understanding. Okay, it's taking care of the way that you view things. Your attitude. Okay, it's something about your attitude at this time. All right. Your opportunity to challenge the meaning of the things you feel. It is your opportunity at this time to release that which you have always stood by, that which you have always identified with, that which you have always clung to because it made sense. Whether old connections, old habits, old, etc., etc. You know, you get the, you know the gist. Warrior, struggle, conflict resolution, control, discipline, overcome. You use certain things to overcome, but you have a different way of overcoming now. What you need to overcome is the way you used to overcome. I know that sounds big, but it's really not, because the old story is already closed out. Okay, you're moving into this new chapter. Love and Ladybug, where love abounds, where there's prosperity, where there's good luck and fortune, from lack to fortune, that lack mindset. Okay, you're going to be opened up in new ways. You just have to allow yourself to expand. You have to, whatever it is that held you back in the past, if it's religious beliefs, family traditions, societal conditionings or systems, whatever it is for you personally, you need to break out of the box. You need to release yourself from that which inhibits you, from that which holds you back. Okay, and stop holding yourself to the same emotional patterns that you always have. You can feel new things. You can allow yourself to unleash what it is you've always held back. All right? That's what is being desired from you, from your inner child at this time. What is being desired is for you to create, to step out into the world, to explore new things, to take on new projects, okay, to learn and study new things, to create new experiences, to go after new experiences, things that you have never done before, connections you've never had before, you know, which creates feelings and emotions and knowledge and wisdom that you've never had before. All right, so Spirit is kind of pushing you out there. It's go time, full energy, all right? Be empowered in the possibilities and opportunities that lie ahead of you, because there is plenty ahead of you, all right? I hope this found everyone that it was meant for. I hope it found you in a very open and receptive state. If you are interested in the way that I interpret my messages, or if you are drawn to me as a personal reader, I do offer personal energetic readings at this time for $35. So if you are interested, I will have my email in the YouTube bio. Do not be afraid to reach out. I'm open up to working with anyone. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.